A man and his wife arrived at a dinner party. Looking around the hall, he noticed all the women had one common thing. They all looked glamorous. They had nicely packed hair, beautiful makeup, glittering dresses with a touch of elegance. Then he turned to his wife and whispered in her ears, "Why can't you always be like these other ladies?" Soon it was time for networking, and everyone at the party started to mingle and chat. The man found one of his friends, and he decided to ask him what his wife did differently that made her look so sweet and glamorous. "Your wife always looks sweet and glamorous at every event, unlike my wife. No matter how much money I give her to get herself nice things, she'd always end up looking shabby." His friend looked at him and smiled. Money alone isn't enough. If you want your wife to always look her best, then you have to give her all the support she needs as well. Confused, he asked him to explain what he meant. Then his friend started. "You see, immediately we got the invitation for this party, Anne and I started checking through her wardrobe to pick the best outfit for this event. She tried on dresses after dresses until we finally settled for what we thought would be the best. We agreed she needed to get a new matching veil for the dress, and we placed an order online for it. The veil arrived a week ago. We checked through her pile of shoes and decided that buying a new pair of sandals would be a better option. Again, we ordered a new pair of sandals, and it also arrived about a week ago. This morning, I decided that it was best we ordered lunch from a restaurant because she needed enough time to perfect her makeup. So we did just that. We also asked the nanny to come in earlier than the usual schedule so she could look after the kids while we got ready. As Anne wore her dress, styled her hair, and wore her makeup, I stood right beside her, showering her with heartwarming compliments and pointing out where improvements were needed. She had all the time she needed to dress up glamorously. I allowed her to take her time without rushing her. When she finished, she looked just like an angel. I kissed her hand and led her into the car. Then he turned to his friend. "My wife called your wife about 30 minutes before you left home, and to her utmost surprise, your wife was still in the kitchen making you lunch. She said she'd spent the whole day cleaning the house, doing the laundry, and running after the kids. I could hear your voice in the background, hurrying her up, so you wouldn't be late for this event." Obviously, she had little time for an angelic transformation. The man realized he had contributed to his wife's shabby appearance. He has never been supportive in this aspect. He thought giving her money for those expensive things was enough. Now that he realized, he looked out for his wife, pulled her to himself, wrapping her hands around his waist, and whispered to her ears, "You are the most beautiful woman in the world. You are beautiful on the inside, and I promise to always support you so you can also always look beautiful on the outside too." Do not envy other people because you don't know how much effort they have put in to get where they are. The input you put into a project will determine the outcome you get. Successful people do not get success overnight. The success you see is a result of a tremendous amount of effort, sacrifice, hard work, and diligence.